All right, fellas, welcome in day two of offense. We had a great first 2 days of camp. Monday we did our day one of install for offense. Yesterday we did defense, the very first defensive practice, which was awesome, super intense, without the pads on. So that's great. Appreciate the effort, fellas. Day three, maybe getting a little sore, but we are back on it and back on offense today. So we'll hit the field in about an hour, but of course, we're going to do our little classroom install right now. Um, and yeah, let me project this onto the screen on the whiteboard. Okay, good. So as we talked about last time, we are on day two. So today, all we're going to focus on, O lineman, all you're focused on is power. Um, and passing game wise, we are going to go over stick and corner. Usually it's just one passing play, but does anybody remember why we are going to pair stick and corner? Yep, absolutely. Great. Yes. So stick, we're going to run against cover three and cover one. Okay. But if we call stick against cover two, we're going to audible as a team to corner. Okay. Now we will run corner against all the different coverages because the snag and the shoot and the running back, there's a lot of really great things that happen in corner. Um, the against cover three. We just have to kind of change our mindset. But stick, we will only run against cover one and three. Okay. And then tunnel screens, we'll get after that in a second. Okay. So we're going to install, let's talk stick and corner first. We're going to leave power. I guess O-line was in here before. Um, is that right, O-line? Yeah. Okay. So you were in here with the coach before this going over the blocking scheme for power. So we'll leave that and just stick to the, yep, great. Yep, we'll just stick to the to stick and corner. Okay, cool. So let's go over stick real quick. Let's go over stick against cover one. Okay. So I'm gonna blow this up a little bit so you guys can see it nice and big. Of course, my computer wants to reset right now. Okay, so first things first, we talk about gifts. Okay, so all of you need to know this, even though we called this early with our three receivers to the right. Why stick? We're going to look backside. And if this cornerback on this backside receiver is 7 yards off or more, we're just going to go ahead and snap the ball and throw this quick slant right on his break. Okay. If he is up close, and this is cover one, so he is up close, we're going to go ahead and call this gift dead and go ahead and run the concept to the concept side. And our, yep, yeah, good job. Our, as QB1 just wanted to yell out, our progression is go, stick, shoot. Okay. In his head, that's what he has to memorize. Go, stick, shoot. Now, we are predicating that on a few things, but in cover one, guys, in cover one, we love this matchup. We want to ask ourselves, is our first read open by alignment QBs? Is it? That's right, he is. Our first read is open by alignment. Let me get my little pen out here. And if you guys don't know, or for the younger guys, our first read is this go route. And we're asking, is there anyone in this space where we're trying to throw out here in this deep third? And right now, there is not. And if there is a clean release by this receiver, guys, if there's a clean release by R, we are going to throw that ball all day long. Okay. If for whatever reason this corner bails out and he gets a good jump on everything, then fine. We'll lick our wounds and move on to the stick. And if he has body position, since this is corner, since this is cover one, this is going to be tough. Okay, so it's going to be super tight windows. If this guy, it's almost like a basketball post-up move. Why? You're going to run at his inside, the inside numbers of his jersey. Okay, and if you can get in a good position, quarterbacks, if he is turns after his five-step stick, if he turns and has an open target and there's no, if this defender isn't draped on him, we just need to go ahead and just fire that in. Okay. Now, If he's just blanketed, it is man, right? So we do have this H on the shoot toward the sideline. He probably has good leverage right now. You see how he's a little outside leverage. So there's a good chance. And H is again, you're looking over your outside shoulder, right? So you're not looking downfield. You're looking back toward the quarterback over your right shoulder in this scenario. So again, this is man, so this is going to be tight. If we can throw the go, great. If not, we'll move on to the other two. Let's just see. Everyone's watching this cornerback at the snap of the ball. If he backs up quickly, we're going to go ahead and fire that ball, or not fire the ball, but he didn't even move, so we're throwing that route, right? Great. All right. And then you can see actually H is actually in a good spot on this scenario as well. So he might be also great. Okay. So cover one, we do like the go route. So if that's a good matchup, we might call this in the middle of the field. But all in all, there's a good chance we won't really do this unless it's goal line or in the red zone, I should say. 20 yards going in, we like this fade with our outside receivers. Okay. Now let's look at it in cover three because we're not going to look at it in cover two because we're not going to call it for cover two. We're automatically out of the lane. So in cover three, what's the big difference, guys? In cover three, these cornerbacks are back 7 yards or more. So now we come up to line of scrimmage and we see this gift. And so quarterbacks, are we throwing this? If this is the look, I think we are, right? So you're going to snap the ball and throw it and just let our L's just go to work out here. We'll take that all day long, guys, okay? All right, for the purposes of this, we're going to say he cheated up a little bit. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go through our progression. Go, stick, shoot again. Now, what's the difference over here? Is our first read open by alignment? That's the question. Again, is the deep third we're trying to throw in open before the snap of the ball? The answer is no. We already have a cornerback way back here. So that's a red flag. And while we are going to watch after the snap of the ball quarterbacks, we are going to take a peek here at this corner. And if he backs up, then we're just going to quickly move on to this read, this 2-3 read. We still have our progression, go, stick, shoot. But really, guys, the main thing in this scenario um, is really where the defense is lined up, right? And what they're doing. So we're going to come down here and really try to take a peek at this grass here and see if there's any of the colors of the opposition in this grass. Okay. So if you snap this ball, as you snap this ball, I should say, we should get a pretty clear picture. If you're looking into this space over here, okay, we're gonna stop it right there. So there is a linebacker moving into that space. Who looks open on this, fellas? That's right. Look at H running free. Okay, so on this one, it could be, on this scenario, it's H. Now, those defensive linebacker drops could be different, but that's right now we are seeing color in this area. We are seeing defensive color in this area here by a couple different people, but we see nothing out here. So quarterbacks, you're going to read that. You're going to see all that. You're going to see all this color here and throw it out to the H pretty quick. Pretty quickly. All right. As we see it unfold. Okay, so we're going to switch to QB vision and look at it in 3D. So you guys, receivers, quarterbacks, we do see kind of a 3-on-3 situation out here. So we really want to be conscious. Like we said, at the snap of this ball, if this guy backs up, it tells us our deep shot out here is dead, and we're going to come down here and read the color in this space again. Okay, so let's play it, see it in 3D. And you guys can see pretty quickly this linebacker is heading into this space. So we're going to move on to this guy way out here. We're going to move on to the shoot, and he has all the space in the world to catch that ball over his right shoulder and turn upfield. Okay, great. So that's stick. Yeah, so that's stick. Now, again, if you were to have seen that, if you were to ha if I called that and it was in cover two, we would switch we would switch the play quickly to corner. And so let's go to corner. Let's start with corner in cover two. Okay, we'll do it again in early. Hold on, let me find corner, our favorite early wide corner. So we're looking at the same thing. Sorry, here we go against cover two. Okay, so we're in early again. Again, we are still attacking the deep third, the flats, and this hook to curl area. It's just these three receivers are doing it in different ways now, okay? But first things first, again, guys, we're gonna have, since this is quick game, corner, stick, and fade out all do the same thing. We come to the line of scrimmage, we look to see if this cornerback is 5 yards or more back, or 7 yards or more back. If so, we're going to take this gift slant, but he's not. He's at 5 yards. So this gift slant is dead. So we're going to go ahead and run the concept. And our progression is corner, snag, shoot. And it's the same progression as the other ones, guys. If you remember, we went deep third, we went hook to curl, and we went to flat. So it's essentially the same reads for you quarterbacks, okay? And your receivers should understand where you are in the progression set as well, okay? So the reason why we love corner against cover two, what do these cornerbacks do, guys, in cover two? I didn't draw it. Okay, so let's do it. Let's draw. Let's draw what cornerbacks do so you guys have a clear understanding. Cornerbacks in cover two, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Richard Sherman. He backs up, but really he stays and comes back around the 5 yard mark, okay? They might back up to 7 yards. They may even back up to eight, but they're going to come back eventually down to this five. This is their job, okay? They are meant to be in this kind of like 5 yard area, but really it's kind of 5 to 7 to 8 yards, 5 to 7 to 8 yards. This is their space, okay? So eventually they're going to trust this safety to come over the top and help them, okay? So that means that means there's a nice, beautiful hole here and here for certain plays. And just like we said, is our first read open by alignment when the cornerback is way down. When the cornerback is way down here, our first read is open by alignment back here. And since this corner is being run by this Y and he is going into this space actually at a great angle, is there anyone where he's going right now, guys? No, there's not. So yes, the first read is open by alignment. And that's why we love corner against cover two, because he's actually going in to the space. He's actually going into the space. Sorry, playing with my little annotation. He's actually running into the space that's this hole shot. This hole that cover two defenses leave us open. Okay, so let's watch it unfold. Cornerback's going to sink, but come back up. And on both sides, you see the corners come back and then come forward. And you can see the Y is in that space. Okay, so the progression is corner, snag, shoot. Okay, corner, snag, shoot. At the snap of the ball, the quarterback is going to look at this cornerback. And if he's has some body language, if the cornerback is facing the quarterback, he's probably going to be in zone. We'll look at that in a second. If he backs up slowly and kind of acts like he's kind of just hanging out, then he's probably in cover two. It's a dead giveaway. The two safeties Not that we're asking you to memorize coverages, quarterbacks, but it's nice to know two safeties and cornerbacks both at about 5 yards. That's pretty standard cover two alignment. Okay. So in this scenario, if this happens where he's looking at the corner and he kind of is hanging out at this 5 yard mark, we are definitely going to throw this ball on the outside shoulder of the Y so this safety cannot help and make a play on the ball. Okay. We want that. Okay. And then we're going to just throw the ball out there if this corner stays low. If he doesn't, we're going to go ahead and look for anybody else. We're going to go and look for our snag, which he's going to be hopefully settling in between these two defenders in this defense. URs, again, we are aiming at the back heels of this outside linebacker or overhang defender. If he goes back like this and kind of stays in this hook to curl area, we're going to find a nice soft piece of grass in between the cornerback and the overhang defender. Step to the quarterback, flash your hands like perfect drill, and be ready for the ball. And if you settle in directly between these guys, it's unstoppable. Okay. This H is kind of running right into that flats area where the cornerback is, so it's not a great situation. And then, of course, guys, we have our running back. If all things break down, we have our running back. But anyway, cover two is a beautiful for corner. It's exactly what we want. It's the perfect defense for corner. So, okay, so I wanted to show this on QB Vision and get a great look at this body language. So pre-snap body language, guys, look at this cornerback's body language. If he was in man, would he be turned in like this? You see how he's facing? His eyes are facing the quarterback. These guys are looking at their defenders, right? They're just playing football, but this guy's turned all the way in at a 45-degree angle. Okay, that's a dead giveaway. Let's look to the other side, see what that other cornerback is doing. Yep, and so is he. Okay, so we got again, we still need to look post snap at what's going on, but this is a dead giveaway. Two safeties, cornerbacks angled in. It's a dead giveaway that it's covered too. So we're gonna look at this cornerback after the snap of the ball. Yes, but again, if he doesn't fly back, if he kind of hangs out in this 5 to 7 yard mark and comes back to about five, we have a pretty good understanding that we are going to throw this corner right now. As soon as he breaks out and that corner stays put, we're going to throw it right now. As soon as he makes his break, he's got leverage on the safety. He's got he's got depth on the cornerback, and if the quarterback can throw the ball on the outside, we are in great shape. Okay? Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, we're going to look at Y corner against cover three real quickly because I want you to see really against cover three. As you guys probably know, this cornerback is deep third here, and this outside linebacker or overhang defender, they got to get the flats. So you R's, if you see this outside linebacker, this overhang defender, again, your aiming point, exactly, back heels. Yep, back heels. You're going to run behind him, and as soon as he crosses your face, he's running out here to get to the flats. You're going to stop. You're going to put your foot in the ground, flash your hands at the quarterback, step to him like perfect drill, and be ready because the quarterback is going to do something real quick. He is going to look, and the deep third is our first read open by alignment. Again, the corner route is our first read. It is not open by alignment. So he's going to look pretty quickly to see if this cornerback is backing up, which he will be. And if that's the case, he's going to come down to the snag, and that will be perfect timing as you guys are kind of running past each other to sit down. Yep, as you're running past each other behind them, sit down, flash your hands, and you're going to get the ball right then. See the cornerback's backing up, so that play's dead. And we are going to really focus on this snag. Again, we're going to run corner against every concept. But cover two and cover three. Cover two, we want to hit the corner shot. Cover three, this snag is open all day. Again, guys, here we go. Deep third. Is the first read open by this cornerback is way far back and facing forward. So We're going to look at what he does, but if he backs up, we're going to bring our attention to this R who's running a snag behind this defender. And if he, as soon as he clears it, put your foot in the ground, flash your hands, and quarterback, you're delivering that ball basically right now. In real life, that receiver is going to basically stop as soon as they cross each other because we don't want to get closer to these guys. Do you realize, do you understand that? We want to stop right about here because any more you're going into this guy's space, okay? All right, awesome. And remember, guys, in quarterbacks and receivers, this is what it's gonna look like in the mobile game you play tonight to reinforce the classroom. You're gonna reinforce it on the field and practice in about an hour or 30 minutes, I guess now. And then you're gonna reinforce it one more time tonight, playing on your mobile phone. But this is what you're gonna see, okay? And again, I've loaded all up for you. If you look on the playlist on your mobile app, there'll be two folders. The first folder will say stick, teach in order. Okay, so again, the first three plays will have longer videos that has me explaining um, stick against cover one, stick against cover two, stick against cover three. A lot like what we just did right now. And then it's going to be just rapid fire plays that you're playing, all in order. We're going to stay in each formation, open, three plays against all the coverages, early, four plays against all the coverages, late, four plays against all the coverages. And then the second folder, you're going to see it's going to say air raid practice, but it's going to say shuffle because now we've taken out all the plays with the longer explanations and just left the 10-second like reminder. Here's your progressions, and actually it's shuffled like a playlist. So now it's going to be it could be any of the formations, it could be any of the defenses, but you got to remember what to do on each of these plays, in each of these concepts versus each of these coverages. Okay. And then the same thing with corner. Okay, you guys, there's a playlist here for corner. Again, we're going to do this one in order with the plays with the longer videos in the front. And then you're going to rapid fire, but you're going to do it in some order. Okay, with corner, with open, in our open set, in our early set, in our late set, and even green, but it's all going to be in order versus the next one where you'll see it says practice on the, but really shuffle will tell you that we've taken out the plays with the longer explanations. We've only left the quick plays, and now it's going to be shuffled. So it could be any of the formations, any of the against any of the defenses. And we're just going to go through it. Okay, great. Now I wanted to do something a little different with the tunnel screen, okay? Because I want to just kind of explain it to you. So I just want to make sure you guys understand. Um, you're only going to see me call a tunnel screen in this scenario where we are against the sideline, and you guys know that this is called the hashes, right? These are the hashes here. So the ball's always primarily, besides the start of the game, it's usually on one of these hashes, okay? And so when we are near one of the sidelines, this is when you will see me call either lead or Lucy or Rose, okay? Lucy or Rose, because Lucy is to the left, right? And so what, let me just open up the path here. Oops, sorry, have the drawing mode on. So I'm going to open up the path here. And so you're going to see the linemen aren't in here right now, but they are pulling on this, okay? Well, more importantly, they are getting out and getting in front. That's right. Yep, you got it. Um, that's why we do it to a short side of the field, so the lineman can actually have impact. We used to do this on the middle of the field, and sometimes the lineman wouldn't even get there in time by the time the receiver has taken his steps. Okay, so real quick, the linemen, we're going to do this in the screen drill today, but they know the left tackle has the sidewalk. The left guard is going to take his two steps back and then head up at a 45 degree angle upfield But this running back, he has the kill shot because most likely on the snap of the ball when the quarterback throws to L, this cornerback is going to be flying up. And you notice, you tease, you running backs, where did I draw this? Did I draw it at the cornerback? No. I drew it where the cornerback's going to be coming, the point of impact, okay? Because you really need to protect. You really need to protect this L. Because it could happen. This all happens very fast. Okay, so I didn't draw the L because I wanted to do it live here. Okay, so we are going to take a couple hard steps forward. Oops, sorry, I didn't press the draw button. A couple hard steps forward to get this cornerback on his back heels, or maybe even taking a couple steps back. Then we are going to cycle back here, catch the ball about the line of scrimmage. We're going to get in and then get out. Okay. Now, obviously, you need to read these blocks. Okay. So I'm not saying not to read these blocks. What I am saying is we need to get to the sideline because all these guys in here, all these bad guys, they're going to be flowing this way naturally. So as soon as you catch it, hopefully this guy will be down here getting blocked. And really, all you're going to need to worry about is this momentum coming from these guys. So really, again, what we want to do is a couple hard steps forward, get that cornerback backing up, come back to the ball. You're catching it about here with your hands on the run. Quarterbacks, you got to put it on him in front of him so he can catch it. You're going to catch it, get in, and then get out and up the sideline. Okay. We need to get out of this guy's way. Okay. All right. That is Lucy. Again, I will call Rose, but we will be on this side and we'll be doing it this way. Okay. All right. Good. So we'll rep that out for sure on the field. No real reason to do that on the video game. The video game is really the mobile game is really all about decision making and making sure you understand and showing us what you know you should be looking at. You know, should you be looking at the corner or the overhang defender, who you should be reading, and that type of thing. So tonight you're going to study your playlists for shuffle. I'm sorry, for corner and stick. But we are going to rep it out on the field today. So by the time you get home tonight, you should have a clear understanding of what it is that you should be focused on and who you should be focused on, more importantly, in that app. Okay, great. We got through that pretty quick, less than half an hour. Any questions? Okay, yep. Okay, answered a few questions, but all right. So then, yeah, go ahead, get to the locker room, change it up, and we'll see you on the field. We get a little get some balls in the air before practice starts, and we'll see you soon, guys. You guys ready for a great second offensive day? All right, cool. See you guys out there.